We've got the tongs that we'll interact with somewhere. A newspaper. There are few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He's a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigour to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. His intellect is equal to his charms, as has often been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. He holds powerful connections within the Lord's Chamber, and carries an influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving, authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at any archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. So I'll have to see what these years meant. Right. The Times, miraculous reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths excavation research. Reopening, you say? The research efforts were about to be halted when a saviour arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. We pledge to update our readers with all of the exciting news as it develops. Interesting. Effective arrival. Something else. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney. He was thankful for the possibility of their working together and the chance of learning from him. If it's humiliation, it doesn't go anywhere. If it's interest, we also don't have anything going from it. I don't think he did it, so I don't think it's necessary. Well, it could still be humiliation, which would lead to a far more likely motive as well. Effective arrival. Okay, I thought maybe they'd be linked, but they don't seem to. Right. We do have the other one. We do have... So it's more, so that's going to pop up somewhere else, I guess.
Archaeological findings.
Yes.
Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Yes, I'm sure. Ooh. Shelves. What can we see? A box. Photo negatives. Assouin. Assouin, 1888.
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
This one missing.
A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
Yes. Anything else? Let's try and find it then. Why is that one missing then? Unless it's of someone with Sir Rodney, and they'd rather not be.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
Immediate thought. Sabotage. Possibly.
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
I wonder what's further down there. I don't think we've got much. Yeah, we've got. Yes, I think we're just going to head back to Baker Street and look up these two things. It is interesting that those were broken. I have to talk. Well, let's actually see what he says about it. Right. Can you tell me more about the no. What was your relationship with Sir Rodney? I could not say he was a kind man, but he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him. He'd met him before in Egypt. My work, He was a cold man and secretive, but I learned so much from him. Okay, maybe it is actually. Maybe it is that it interests more than the idea of humiliation. I can't interact with Toby.
On the sofa for the third time today.
Same thing, isn't it? No, we don't know.
Don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Search for Bentcliffe. Right, so art and architecture, 1893. So that actually might be in newspapers. 1893. Bentcliffe's mummy. The great excavation in Assouan has taken over 3 years. Sir Rodney Bentcliffe directed the archaeological work. A mummy was found with an enucleated eye and posed in an unusual position. The right hand was tensed as if reaching out for something or for someone. The mummy was buried upright. She has been named the Desperate Mummy due to her very peculiar characteristics. Nearby could be read in Latin, "By the eye he was punished, for he saw what he was not worthy." The mummy is believed to be Roman rather than Egyptian, as some symbols found in the tomb are in common with the Mithraic mysteries.
Here it is.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Yes, that is... Interesting. What's the other one I meant to do? Ah, the... letters. See what we've got. The power of the Empire is growing stronger day by day. As of yesterday, the Mexican consortium Caracal began serving the cause of the British Empire. This arrangement is undeniably profitable for London and England overall. It is a great achievement for our exceptional diplomatic and political community. In other news, a train has mysteriously disappeared en route to Evesham's railway station.
My archive. I can...
Oh, I've already read that one. Right, so we need to find the this map wherever we can. Yes. Nope. This one. Hand-drawn map points to location. It can be found on the map at Baker Street. We have a map somewhere. Is this a map? Is this a map? No. Or at least it's not one I can interact with. Is this a map? No, at least not one I can interact with.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Look for a map. There should be a map somewhere. Encyclopedia, newspapers, letters, research, door, map. There we go.
Now we have 2 maps. We must combine them.
Try and combine them properly. So I'm guessing we're looking for some kind of church with that. No, that won't be a church. We're looking for some kind of... I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. Is it around here? Let's see. Right, I need to... Right, oh, a river. I think that's a river. This is a river. Or maybe it's not, and I'm making things up. That's a possibility. Oh, I can move this around. Like that.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
There we go. I forgot I can move the other one. I'm not sure there's anything else to do, is there? Search the crime scene in the area. So I'm guessing we're going to have to go through that extra area. We'll head to St. Albans. Right. I think it's purely Blinkhorn's interest. I don't think there's anything beyond that. And we're working on this, which will lead us somewhere. I hope. Nope. Onwards. So let's go until
This
further notice.
archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
I don't know, but there seems to be an office here, so we'll have a look in there before going any further, just in case we have something similar to the to the bathhouse, where it's a lot more Domnum Adriano. There's a possibility there might be some problems, some cave-in type situations. The knife used by Mithras for the tauroctomy, the sacrifice of the bull, is originally a curved sacrificial blade of Persian origin. Its curve can be from 5 to 15 degrees. I'm guessing that was what was used. The name is derived from the Persian shamshir, which means sword. This radically curved sword family includes the shamshir, scimitar, talwa, kalish, pulwa, and Mongol saber. A myth of the golden knife is the key to Mithraic mysteries that some describe as an equivalent to the Holy Grail. The golden knife carries a curse that will spill the blood of the unworthy who would dare touch it. Yeah, so we'll have to look into that. Document. The cult of Mithras was a mysterious religion practiced within the Roman Empire from around the 1st to 4th century AD. The name of the Persian god Mithra, adapted by the Greek as Mithras, was linked with a new and distinctive imagery. They nicked the name. I mean, they didn't nick the god, they just did that everywhere else, did the Romans. Worshippers of Mithras had a complex system of 7 grades of initiation with ritualistic meals. Initiates would meet in the underground temples called Mithraea that were retained in large numbers. The iconic scenes of Mithras show him as being born from a rock and slaughtering a bull. Tauroctony. So I'll have to ask about that, possibly. Shelf. A lot of things on the Mithras. And the empty coconuts that they used to imitate the sound of horses' hooves. Another strange ritual for the old gods to keep the evil spirits away. The people, feeling that the dark eye was upon them, would melt their valuables in the fire. There was molten metal in the brazier. Sub-Saharan tribes burned fruits, and the rich Roman family spared no expense, melting silver or tin. It is not recorded if such valuable offerings were thrown away with the ashes, or if they were reused at a later date. Followers of Mithras were covert, worshipping more conventional deities such as Juno or Neptune in their everyday lives. Mithras temples were unusually found below the temples of other gods. Mithras followers often referred to their traditional deities to gain passage to the Mithraeum. The examples of the Mithraeum of Dio in France is interesting, as the entrance was located beneath a carved statue of Diana. This entrance was possibly revealed by a clever stone and rope mechanism, which may never have been discovered if the water infiltration had not destroyed the mechanism, opening the way down to the Mithraeum. Mithraic temples can be found in Rome, Ostia, Numidia, Dalmatia, Britain, and along the Rhine-Danube frontier, while being somewhat less common in Greece, Egypt, and Syria. So that's possibly what he found.
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
So it's possible that he found a Mithraic thing. Right, we can close the door.
Has been left open. Someone did not care, or was in haste.
I think that's a possibility that he found something. I want to pick this book up. I've read all the other ones. Oh. Right. Triclinium. Cyclops. Not entirely sure where I'm going or what I'm meant to be doing here. Any suggestions? Just search. Right, fresco.
The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge.
Vulcan.
The god of fire and metalworking.
Guessing he means Hephaestus. Surely. Wow. They were the same person. Okay, we've got to examine the metal fragments. Area 2, the pits. trowel.
Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush.
Making another pit. Right. Sherlock Holmes doesn't know how to step over things. Right. The Arch of Hadrian. Let's just follow the wooden pathway. The Tablinium. Oh no, more tracks. No, not again. Bucket of water. That's just the light on the rock, yes.
This railway is used to remove rubble from the site.
Hopefully something doesn't disappear on it. Autorus Domum. Another book. Reports. Dear Lord Blackmore, the manager of the baths, Sir Gregory Pitkin, was quite a nuisance at the start when I arrived. After you stepped in, he became rather more helpful. Occasionally people of his rank are not well suited to the work of such great magnitude. They lack the necessary vision. In a few weeks' time, I hope to bring good news of the Strand Lane baths. I'm on the verge of discovering a major archaeological artifact, one that might be used politically by your party to demonstrate the strength of your ancestors and fulfill the need to protect our empire from any present and future threats. So you're suggesting... You just give me something else. Haven't you? Didn't you say? There's nothing new. Oh, Pitkin's complaint. Sir Gregory was complaining about the power that Sir Rodney appeared to be holding. So... the effect of arrival. Pitkin feels rather uncomfortable postponing the public opening. He was angry because of this. Yes, I think that's far more likely to be true. Okay, well actually, what if we did hopes? That doesn't link with anything. Humiliation. They don't link. Ah. Oh, so they're picking on who do you think did it, is what they're saying. Okay, that's all Pitkin done. Next document. Calvin. Hobbs and you consider yourselves as being so smart and funny. I had a good laugh when you froze Miss Durkin's notes above the Arch of Hadrian in the ice. However, our thesis exams are just ahead, and as you are the so-called brain of your improbable duo, I have to warn you that my Gastrophetes model, the ancient Greek crossbow, and not the medical device to relieve constipated people, as you might have thought, is not to be touched, or else I'll have to inform Mr. Wormwood about everything you've done these past 2 years. P.S. I ate Hobbs's tuna sandwich. S. Spittle. I have a trowel that I'm guessing is going to be relevant at some point.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow.
Right.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow.
Right. Can't really interact with it in any way, can we? Maybe that's what those are for. Kind of looped around, haven't we?
This is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Yes. Okay, and then, yes.
The forts were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Are we going to have to kind of fire them at those rings and pull? I fear so. Go on, Sherlock. Go on, Holmes. Here, of course, is the bull.
It is a broken statue of a bull.
Well done.
Neptune, the god of the sea.
Relevant.
It is a statue of Minerva.
Goddess of wisdom. Goddess of wisdom in the sea, probably relevant here in here, you know, just outside London.
Construction hooks.
Which we'll probably use with the crossbow. Temple. I'm guessing that this is as examined as we can get it. So I think head back to Baker Street and examine these objects, the cubes. Yeah. I'm not sure what's meant to go, there's the problem.